features with him were really cuz just playing him the song, and he's recording me, and I'm like, hey, I need a feature on this. What's up? And I will say Switch It Up, which is like the leading single of this project. That one.
It ain't that I can't stop, it's that I won't stop. I made a few plays off a flip, now I'm on top. I'm Southside Chief, homie. Yeah. What you know about it? Lake Street legend CEO, not the co-founder. What you wanna know about me? I'm so churched up. I'm the last man standing, but I went first up. Most hated, they don't say it when I roll up. The things that people say about me, they don't say close up. Check it, I ain't been to the booth in a minute. Niggas hate the fact that I'm winning. Who makes him the chief of the south side? Oh my nigga, I'm not the lieutenant. When I was in the gym, you wasn't in it. Face off, so my windows is tinted. If I said that shit, then I meant it. Niggas gave me the rules and I bent it.
All right, another episode of Minnesota's #1 daily show live on Lake Street. Special guest in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Meech.
Thank you. Hey, I really appreciate y'all for having me today, man.
No, for sure.
Thank you.
For sure. I'm going to start here because I feel like this should be highlighted. I personally wrote a review on your album.
Yes, a great one, I might add.
Prestige.
Yes, sir.
The title that I chose was A Hidden Gem because I really felt like sometimes I wonder how people view that because, like, I don't really want to write anybody a negative review. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder if people think, like, oh, he's just going to write a positive review no matter what. So I want to be very clear. Your project, really good. Like,
Thank
legitimately a hidden gem. I really meant that when I said that. Like, I was shocked. I was blown away, like, from the start. You know what I'm saying? From the start, like, immediately with the cold summer, right off the bat, like, I was like, whoa. Like, whoa. Is that?
Yep, Cold Summer.
Cold Summer was the intro, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure I got that out there so it was clear. This wasn't some just, he's writing a positive review for everybody. No, I was legitimately impressed with your project, with you, your versatility, your rhyme scheme, your flow. Like, you're another artist that I was not familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
And boom, yet another artist from Minnesota that has an immense amount of talent.
Oh, hey, thank you. I appreciate that, especially coming from you. And me personally, man, with doing it, I would hope you wouldn't just be writing positive reviews.
I can't wait to write my first negative review. I can't wait to write. This was some bullshit. I wish I hadn't had to do it. Nah,
so go ahead and cut it, delete it.
Nah, for real. I was really impressed. And I feel like I find out about a new artist like every day.
That's good.
That I'm like, what the fuck are we supposed to do with all this, man? We got this crazy amount of talent, and it's like, I hate to say oversaturation because I feel like that's puts such a negative tone on it. But
I don't know if I'll use that term, but I get what you're saying. Like, there's a lot, though.
We are saturated. Mm-hmm. We are saturated with talent. It's crazy how much talent we have.
Yeah,
I would agree. Just when you think you found it all, boom, the hidden gem pops out. So, that being said, how long have you been doing music? How long did it take me to find out who you were?
Oh man, it's a two-part question.
Okay.
So my very first song that I ever recorded, I was like 12. So I'm 28 right now. What's that? 16 years ago. The very first track. But at 12, I was just having fun. My brother Devar and one of our good friends Tony, we was just chilling. Hey, let's make a song. They're a little older. I always been a young one.
Yeah.
In the group, so I'm just kind of watching what my brothers do, what my cousins do. So I'm like, shoot, my brother rap, let me rap.
Yeah.
But then we fast forward. I would say me actually taking it serious and actually really trying. I'll say about 2014.
Yeah.
With me releasing like my first official track where it's like, okay, I got the production decent. It still sounds local at that point, but it's not, garage band. And then like that, I had to be 2014, released the first track like 2015, 2016. So, and then first project 2018. So it ain't been too long.
Okay. Not
too long. And then, we had COVID and all that stuff. So it's, dates are a little weird right now.
Yeah. So, okay. So the other thing I'm curious about is, like, as an underground artist from a state that truly is, I think, untapped for the most part. Like nobody is really, I mean, obviously we have artists and producers and people that have made it out of Minnesota that are in the big leagues, but primarily untapped market. What makes you go project instead of singles? Because I feel like singles is really the move right now, but you went project.
For me, man, just historically, I enjoy making projects.
So kind of like badge of honor, like I need to put out a project.
Yeah, more than anything. And with this specifically, like a lot of these songs I wrote years ago. Yeah. Some of them were recorded even. And I was going to make that route and do single it out. But I just, the place in life I'm in right now, I'm like, man, I need another body of work. Yeah. I can start out with the single, but I think there's, like you said, there's a badge of honor with a project. Like you do singles and they can be great, but what does a collective piece look like? From song to song, are they cohesive? Is it a similar song? So I really enjoy that aspect as well. For sure. Of project.
Yeah, I do understand that aspect. I do get like why. And I do think sometimes it can be a good thing too, because you do kind of want to have a body of work out there almost before you really start to push yourself as an artist. Because then if somebody does catch on and they want to go check what you've done in the past, there is a full body of work. Because like you just said a second ago, like a label or an A&R, somebody's going to want to know that this is the antithesis to what I preach, because I do preach singles, visuals, stick to that until you get to a place where an album makes sense. But the antithesis to that is I do understand that a label or an A&R may want to see what you can do with a full-length project. And your project isn't crazy long. What is it, 20, was it 30 minutes?
Yeah, about 30, a little over 30 minutes.
Yeah, which
9
is
tracks.
Which is not too bad for 9 tracks.
Yeah.
It's still shorter songs. So the other thing I'm curious about is, what was the feedback like when you dropped?
The feedback was actually pretty good. Yeah. I was, I thought it was good, man. This project has realistically been done for over a year. So really it was me like waiting for the perfect time, editing, being overly perfectionist. Yeah. Where I got this thing mixed, 3-4 times. I'll go back. I didn't like that word, how I said it. I'm going to go back and edit that word, because if I can hear it, I know you going to hear it. I know that person with that musical ear is going to hear it. Yeah. So let me go back. I did some shuffling of songs. I hired a marketing person, Twain Lowe.
Yeah, shout out to Twain Lowe.
Yep, who kind of helped me. Like I just played it. Like, what you think, Twain? Like, I got all these tracks that I like. What would you do? And Twain's like, no, that's an album. Like this is an album, so you should treat it like
Twain,
an
you
album.
out here giving people bad advice? No, I'm just playing.
No, I haven't received no bad advice from him, but that's kind of, and I'm like, all right, let me just go ahead and do it. But I kind of preach that too, honestly. So it was like different for me, because I was originally gonna go ahead and single it out and just 9 straight singles, or 4, and then release them all as a project. But I'm like, man, let me get this work out of there, and I can do more. Like I got other songs. Yeah. Like there's other release music.
I'm just happy people are dropping. Like that's, and I just say that in general, because I feel like 90% of the artists that come up here be like, man, the vault, and it's like, man, stop talking to me about the vault. Where's it at? Put it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about your vault. I want to hear, because I also feel like I hear the vault, and then we don't never hear anything from the vault. Yeah. Don't tell me about your vault if that shit's never coming out. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So I do get happy on a personal level. I want your album. Exactly. On a professional level, as somebody that wants to advise young artists, underground artists, don't drop an album. But on me as a person, yes, I want your album. Yeah, give me an album. You know what I'm saying? Like, I prefer an album, especially one that is cohesive and well thought out. And it's nice to hear you say that you had a plan behind this. Yeah. Yep. That it wasn't just by accident that this project came out feeling cohesive, feeling like you were, I'm not going to say it was like I don't think it was fully a concept album. You can tell me.
No.
But it
wouldn't
plays.
say that.
It does play
Yeah.
conceptually under the guise of prestige. Like, it felt prestigious to me. It felt like you were, for lack of a better way of saying it, it did feel like you were kind of giving us a persona.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
that is a great. I'm gonna steal that one. That was a good way of
a
explaining
prestigious
that.
persona. Like, yes, I'm a regular guy with a family and a daily life and all this, but let me show you my artist side. This is my prestigious artist side. That's what it felt like to me. So
Yeah, that's good. That's what
Yeah.
I was going for. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I had a project before this, like I said, years ago.
yeah,
And this project I felt was just a nice size step up.
yes,
And I was when I was thinking about this album, I got a business partner, Terry V, and I was just going back and forth like, man, what should I even call this? And he asked me the same question, like, what does this even mean to you? What does this project mean? And I'm like, man, I think going back to your persona comment, I think this captured a time of my life
yeah,
very well, where I felt I was not necessarily prestigious, but like growth.
yeah,
And that was the key word I used to even come up with the whole thing. Is this project is growth
yeah,
from where I was. If you listen to those old tracks, from production to writing, rhyme schemes, man, even my features are, back in the day, it's like, ooh, we friends, let's hop on the track and let's work.
yeah.
But
yeah.
now it's like, let me actually be intentional. This person, if they're active, they're going to push the song with me. They're going to bring a level of artistry and a level of care to this.
Yeah,
They understand if I got to perform, then you're going to be there. But more than anything, growth. Like, I literally searched it. Like, what are synonyms for growth? What are other ways of saying growth? And, man, I looked at maybe 10, and then I landed on prestige. And then there was another one I can't even think about. It didn't make the cut.
okay,
And then I just like, man, what you think about prestige? They're like, yeah, I like that. So from there on, it's like, okay, what's prestige look like to me? Album cover. I'm like, okay, let me, dress up a little bit. The little tux cover, because it's not necessarily super formal, but it looks prestigious.
now let me get on your ass just a little bit.
Uh-oh.
I didn't love the album cover.
You didn't love it?
I didn't love
Okay.
the album. I do feel like that was the one thing I didn't want to put in a write-up because I didn't think it was all that important. But
Yeah.
it was the one thing that I thought I didn't feel like the cover was an accurate representation of the body of work.
Okay.
It didn't, the cover didn't feel prestigious to me.
Okay.
You look prestigious, but the cover itself, it felt like, there's no way to say it other than for me to say it other than just I didn't feel like it was an accurate representation of what was inside the body of work.
Okay. And hey, that's okay.
And that's just me. I mean, I
for
want to
sure.
be, and I want to be honest. I want to always tell the truth. But the one thing I will say is, in 2023, there can be something very endearing about a bad album cover, as we've learned from Drake, because Drake is about 4 for 4 on his last 4 albums.
Yeah,
of
he
terrible
is for
album
sure.
covers.
Yeah,
So
he just doing stuff.
yeah, and I told the same thing to Prince Riley.
Prince Riley, okay.
Hated his album cover.
Hey, that's all right. As long as if you love the album,
Yes.
I'm straight.
But that's the other thing too, is album covers are no longer as important. It's a real afterthought. Once the music is out, it's a true afterthought. How did you go about choosing the features, or was it just kind of those were the features that were on the songs that you wanted to put out?
I mean, it's a little of both. Like Z-Boy, he's actually my cousin, so
Okay.
I grew up with Z-Boy.
Bro, he's so talented.
He might Z-Boy, and Z-Boy watch this. I think Z-Boy might be the most talented artist in the Twin Cities to me personally.
He's right there, and he's right fucking there, man. I
me
can't
personally.
argue, bro. He submitted a song. We were on live earlier. I don't know if you got a chance to see it. We were on live earlier today before we got our day started, and we have an artist submit songs. He submitted a song.
It's crazy.
Bruh.
Talking about Vault, his Vault.
I know. Release the vault, man.
I told him.
Open the vault.
Yeah, I told him. But yeah, Z-Boy, he's been a major key in me getting better and growing as an artist.
Yeah.
Once I started recording with him, I'm a person. I like to think I'm adaptable, and I'm even in college. Like I'm an applied learner, so I learned stuff.
Are you in college currently?
No,
Okay.
I graduated.
Okay.
Yep. Some of these songs I was writing in grad school.
Okay.
But
I was curious about that.
Yeah.
Some of them sound like
yeah.
you living that life, having that fun.
Nah. I'm grad school, all that. So even with that, I wasn't having that type of fun, like undergrad.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Z-Boy, man, he's engineered my last 2 projects.
Yeah.
So the features with him were really cuz just playing him the song, and he's recording me, and I'm like, hey, I need a feature on this. What's up? And I will say, Switch It Up, which is like the leading single of this project. That one, I did shop it around a little bit. Originally I wanted a female vocalist on it to kind of, do that second verse and bring it all in. But female artists didn't want to do it that I reached out to.
Who'd you reach out to? Just out of curiosity, so I could know like how that would sound.
So I originally reached out to, I think, Paige Ellis. Because I know her personally, so I'm just like, hey, I got a track, listen to it, let me know what you think. And she's like, yeah, I like the song, but it's not quite, me where I'm at right now. And I'm like, okay.
That's a fair answer.
And then I reached out to Chanel McCoy, who's one of my best friends as well. And she kind of said the same thing. And I kind of sat back and I'm like, okay. Well, I could see what you're saying, and I wanted to be kind of like that step out for both of them, where it's like, do something a little different.
Did it make you rethink the song at all? Like,
no,
but putting it out?
No. I knew I liked the song a lot. I was gonna put it out, even if I do the second verse. I'm gonna just do the second verse. But when I showed it to Z-Boy, well, he heard it. But I came back like, man, I'm looking for a feature. And the day I recorded, he's like, cuz that's hard. Yeah. So I'm like, if you want to do it. And Z-Boy, he sent me a verse back maybe a week or so later. And I'm like, bro, you tried to kill my verse. Like, I like his part better than
somehow
than
I knew
mine.
you were going to say that.
Yeah, for real. I'm like, man, the engineering's a little better, Z-Boy. What you But me and him had that conversation. He's like, man, I'm the one engineer. So, you spent the hour to record. I spent 5 hours on my verse because I just got access to the studio.
I mean, it's a great guy to have in your corner, man.
Yeah, love him.
I assume he engineered the whole project?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, man, to me, and I'm kind of a music snob. And actually, I'm regretting not mentioning this in the review because I do feel like that's a really important thing that doesn't get highlighted enough. But the engineering is so important to me.
Yeah, he's the best at that too.
I had to listen, so just a little insight for you and for anybody watching. When I do an album review, I listen to the album. This is how I listen to the album. I listen to the album in my headphones.
Okay.
I listen to it straight off the phone. That's the first thing I do is listen to it just off the phone. I'll sit in my massage chair. Let it play out the speakers.
See you getting the money at the massage chair.
I wish. That was my father-in-law bought that for us.
Oh, okay.
I wish I was getting the money. Nah, so I listen to it straight up the speakers. Then I listen to it in the headphones. Then I listen to it in the car, and then I listen to it in the bedroom with the surround sound.
Okay.
And if
different vibes.
And if it's an R&B album,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Until certain things are taking place. I didn't do that with yours. Yours didn't get the love making test.
Yeah, no. He said it might be one.
There's a
track,
one or two. There's a few. I actually, I'd have to go through. I don't remember which ones, but there are 2 that I added to the playlist.
Good.
They're there.
Yeah.
They're in the playlist. The love making playlist. They made it. You made the cut. But yeah, so that's how I do it. And the one where the engineering truly shows up is the headphone test. If you had good headphones.
Yeah, you can hear every little thing.
And that's when I knew, like, Z-Boy probably did this whole thing.
Yeah.
Because it's
sonically, it's there.
Pristine. It's a beautiful sound. So people are not reaching out to Z-Boy to engineer their projects.
They need to. And then on top of that, get your music mastered.
For real.
So I got it mastered,
Yes.
and people don't know the difference between mixing and mastering.
Yeah.
You can mix the sound so the vocals sound great and vibe with the song, but you got to master the sound so in all the things you just mentioned, the phone test, ear test, and then in the car, and even performances. That's where it's the worst.
For sure.
Where you got those big speakers and it's, the instruments are off. So, yeah, mixed and mastered. Yeah.
Yes, very, very important. And one of the things that I pay attention to the most, I'm such a snob with this shit, is the levels.
Yeah.
Do I have
And
to
that's the
turn this
mastering.
shit up for this song and then turn it down for this song? Or is it the same all the way through? Because that shit matters to me.
Yep.
I don't want to be, like anybody that's got YouTube TV, when the commercials come on,
Click.
it's
click.
fuck. Bro, the commercials are so much louder than the actual TV. It's like, God damn, if I don't have my remote near me, I'm scrambling. But so that's super important.
No, for sure. And then kind of to finish answering your question with
Yeah.
the other one, with riding, I have Magic King on there. He's another person that I grew up with. You
Yeah.
know, I've been knowing him since I was like 6, 7.
Okay.
He's a Chicago artist
Yep.
out of there and doing his thing. You know, one of the dopest performers I've seen. You know, he's an artist. He'll come with a band. I used to throw events. So I had him at some of the events come and perform. And great guy. Z-Boy was on 2 of the tracks, him, and then Chasco, who was a really good friend of my older brother, DeVars. So I've been knowing him, you know, since those guys were in high school. And we did that track a minute ago, which actually featured on his project as well. And I just got it remixed and remastered for Minds. You know, made some slight changes, but he's always dope. He's always competitive. Man, love him. He comes with it. He, you know, with him, you got to make sure, you know, your lyrics and your punchlines up.
Yeah.
And then Evan Slacker, who I was in a movie with him years ago, so I knew him 2017, and we chopped it up because we were in a movie. We were like friends, so we had to, you know, be around each other a little more.
Yeah.
And he just like, yeah, man, I do music. Oh, I do music too. And we act. So we chopped it up, linked, man, listened to each other's music. His music was far different than mine's, but talented nonetheless. He liked my music. I had a couple beats, and we
Made some magic.
Made toss up. So
that's really dope, man.
very
That's dope.
organic.
So I don't want to kill the whole interview talking about the project.
Yeah.
But I want people to go listen to the project. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
for
really
sure.
It's really good. Like legitimately, I can't say it enough.
Appreciate
Very
it.
well done project. Truly a hidden gem. If you're not familiar, please go listen to Meech's album. It's called Prestige. It's on
Appreciate it.
all streaming
Yeah.
platforms. So you're from North Minneapolis.
I'm from, I won't say that. I'm
from
from
Minne-
Brooklyn Park. Park. So I grew up in Brooklyn
I'm glad
Park.
to hear you say that.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that claim North Minneapolis from Brooklyn
Yeah,
Park.
no,
And the people that are really from the North Side get mad at those people.
Yeah, no, I'm not from the north side. My family's from St. Paul, South Side,
Okay.
Gary. So, you know, I be around, but
Honorary North Side? Can we say honorary? Honorary North
at
Side.
this point, almost. But I won't even claim that. It's, you know, let's just keep it a buck.
So are you familiar with, I don't ask people this very much anymore, but I want to get your take on it. The North Side Mount Rushmore that we put out. Are you familiar?
I remember seeing it. I forgot who was on it though. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
So we put John Ray,
Okay.
Rocky Diamonds,
Okay.
B. Croc, and 50 Tyson.
Okay. And I met 50 Tyson multiple times. Did
50
some
was here
work with
today,
him.
actually.
Oh dang, yeah, he's out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Love 50.
yeah.
Legend, for sure. Legitimately a legend.
Yeah.
One of the biggest Minneapolis legends we have. Like,
Yeah.
truthfully.
When I went to school at Clark Atlanta University, this is back in 2012 in undergrad, that's what they were saying. Like, ain't 50 Minnesota?
Tyson from
They like
Minnesota.
black
See,
people there.
when
50 Tyson. They knew him.
I know people are gonna be mad at me for saying this. A lot of people, but there are also people that are gonna agree with me. When I think of Minnesota music, I go Prince, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis,
Of course.
50 Tyson.
And
That, to me.
with the Lizzo thing, you know, she's not from here, but she was here.
But even Lizzo, I still
Yeah.
give 50 that crown because he was well known before Lizzo. Before we knew who Lizzo
Yeah.
was, we knew who 50 was.
He went viral. He was one of those first viral people, and
Yeah.
he's a really good dude.
Really good
dude.
Love 50. So
Yeah.
I'm curious on your take. What do you think? You think we got the Rushmore right, or what would your Rushmore be?
I feel like you can't stray too far from that, because when we say Mount Rushmore, you gotta take all these things into consideration. Like, it's not necessarily all skill.
Nope.
But like you said, notoriety,
Impact, accomplishments.
Literally accomplishments. I've seen all those people you name. I believe all of them were signed at a point, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Is John Ray?
John Ray, I don't think was ever. I mean, not signed. I think the reason that I think you got to put John Ray on there is because
he's the most popular now, basically.
So if you could replace if I'm replacing John Ray with anyone, it's James.
Yeah,
it's Lil James. I think those two are maybe interchangeable. We might even want to carve out two faces side by side. But I think the most impressive part about John Ray to me is he's really had two runs as the big dog. You know what I mean? Like he had the run earlier in his career where he was like the next thing, the best thing smoking out of Minneapolis, right? And then he went quiet for a little while.
Yep.
And then came back and started burning shit up again. So to have two runs like that, you're such an anomaly to pull that off. And not only did you have two runs, but in your second run, you came back and dropped a song that did 1 million views on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue that.
Yeah, you can't. And to that point, there's nobody else that I can think of that, with numbers, with statistics.
Yep.
So you can't really do it. Hard work. Like you said, 50 Tyson been doing music from my knowledge the last 10, 12 years consistency.
When he went viral in 2009.
Yeah,
he ain't slow.
Yeah, you're right.
He ain't slowed down.
Yeah, he's still working. He's still, man. So, yeah, I wouldn't stray too far from that one, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's some that I think skill-wise, which is a different conversation, I think can be in a different Mount Rushmore.
I'm glad you say that. So let's say set aside the Mount Rushmore, the longevity, right? We agree. Longevity, those four right there.
Yeah, they got
it. It's hard to top that. Let's say currently, best five artists in Minnesota.
Oh, in Minnesota,
best, most talented, best. Who's got the most marketability? Who?
Whoa, that's a loaded question.
Who could rep us the best?
That's a loaded question, man. I really, man.
This is live on Lake Street, baby. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Man, we probably still gotta throw John Ray in there.
Yep. Not mad at that.
Juice Lord was just in here. I think he's super dope. I think he's talented. I love Louis Blaze.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's a loaded question.
I mean, I'm not mad at the three.
Yeah, I love Louis Blaze.
You want to throw a couple ladies in there before?
Yeah, of course. I love
knock you out the box.
Yeah, I know, right? I love SJ, the Afrocentric ratchet.
Yeah. She gets mentioned quite a bit.
Yeah, I love her. She's super dope. Man, man. See, is it 4?
That's 4.
Okay, so is that 4?
Yeah, I said 5, but 4's cool.
Yeah, yep.
4's
so those are the ones that I actually listen to.
Yeah.
I can't speak towards people I haven't listened to.
Yeah.
I think they've all been consistent. I've seen them headline shows.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to their shows. They rock out, not even just making good music, but good performers.
Yeah.
Engaging crowds, and I haven't seen any of those folks not do a good performance or have people swaying and man. So they're, I would have to say as far as talent, like you said.
I'm not mad at that.
I love Chasco too, and some other folks.
Yeah.
My inner circle.
Name your guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, name my guys.
I mean, Z-Boy.
Z-Boy.
You didn't mention Z-Boy.
Z-Boy.
He's a little more under the radar because he does way more behind the scenes.
Yeah, yep. And that's what I would say my biggest knock on Z-Boy. Love you, man. But the consistency part of dropping. But talent-wise, like I said earlier, I would put him above everybody I named.
Yeah.
To be honest.
As far as talent goes?
As far as talent goes.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah, and I'm talking about talent as whole artistry. Like, he'll engineer it. He knows how to produce. He knows how to sing, rap. Oh, man, just watching him record himself. He don't write. He just go in there and he just...
Special.
It's
special.
Super
Every time you hear his voice, it's like, God damn it.
Yeah. Like,
how is this guy not like the biggest thing and the biggest...
And he can be.
Bro.
He can be.
He can. I mean, he could be there. I mean, I don't know his personal. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's behind the door. I assume. I mean,
he's working.
He makes really good music.
Yeah.
I think for him, the money, and maybe he's already doing this, but the money is probably the writing.
The writing, yeah. He's dope. I mean, vocalist, like anything he wants to do, he can do. But as far as my inner circle, my guys, we all coming up, so I wouldn't put them on these Mount Rushmore lists, just being realistic. But how'd
you clear that Cole Summer sample?
With that one,
just put it
manipulated. manipulated it a little bit, and then put it out. You know what I'm saying?
Change the tempo or something a little bit.
Yeah, you know those slight differences is how you get around it, and then if it's not different enough, then and they figure it out,
They
then
kick it back to you. Yeah.
at that point it's like, oh, you noticed it.
You smoked that though.
Thank you. That's
Bro, if
actually,
it wasn't for that,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, that's gonna draw people in. That is the whole reason I mentioned that so quickly in the music review, because I feel like it caught me like, yo,
what was that?
He's going. It really shocked me. Like, it legit, because that's a tough one to touch.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. I said it to one of my boys, Brian. He's like, man, I normally don't like when people touch that sample, but you actually wrote it. Like,
you wrote that.
Yeah. So and even with that was the last thing I recorded on this project. And
really?
I put it first because I thought it was a really good punch, like a straight, not even a jab, but a nice bam. Like, whoa, wait,
not phenomenal.
You know, let me keep going.
Yeah.
I'm really big on first impressions,
Mm-hmm.
and like you said on that one, man, it came to me so effortlessly when I was writing it. Where when I heard it, at the time, me and my boys were doing this challenge where it's like, hey man, this is during COVID, like tail end of COVID. Well, it's still going, but we just like, let's my guy Terry V, who produced this project with me, produced 75% of the tracks. He just had this beat tape, and he like, let's just do a song every week. Everybody do a song. You know, we're gonna do a song every week. So I chose that beat, man. I think I might have wrote that whole thing in like 20 minutes, half an hour. Loved the beat so much. Grew up loving it, from Jay-Z to, man, you name it.
Who did the best?
Jay-Z. I gotta go with Jay-Z on that one. But man, love it. It's probably my personal, as far as skill. Forget the emotions, forget anything. I think
just the flex.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as writing, bars, punchlines.
Reminded me so much, and I think this is probably intentional, but it reminded me so much of early Kanye.
Oh, hey.
So much.
That's
even some of the cadences that you use, and the way like you carried out like the last word of the bar, like it was very Kanye-esque, but without biting Kanye.
Okay, as long as it's not biting.
No,
Kanye,
I
don't
feel like you were biting at all. It just there was a clear influence. Like, it was clear that early Kanye was very influenced in that flow, that cadence, the way that you. But I don't think Kanye could really rap like that. Kanye's not the greatest. Rapper. He's not the greatest rapper.
Nah, he's just
great
artist, producer, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
He just kind of like in a different lane, but he is, man. College Dropout. I was 9 or 10 years old when that came out. That was actually my very first like rap album that was just mine.
Yeah.
Like before that, you know what I mean? Before that, I'm listening to my siblings' music. Of course, like, because we Midwest, so my brothers really, and they're a little older, like 80s babies, so we heavily were listening to, like Nas was somebody my brother listens to, Ludacris, who I would say is another influence. But Kanye was and Ludacris was probably my first two where it's like, no, these are my people that I rock with.
Sure.
Love Nas, love Jay-Z, love all those folks.
That was, for me, so I'm an 80s baby. I was born in 84, so for me that's, like, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
That was Snoop and Pac for me.
Yeah,
those
exactly.
were mine. Like, I remember the first rap album I ever got was Doggy Style.
See?
And immediately I was like,
what's that? Yeah, different.
You could do this? Like, I remember feeling like, feeling like I had to hide this from my parents, because if they heard this shit, it was like, it's over. And then they heard it.
And
they definitely tried to take that shit away from me. I was like, oh, this is.
So you go figure it out.
No.
Right.
You ain't taking this. You ain't taking this.
But yeah, that definitely, like, my first artist that I'm like, oh, like, I'll listen to the project straight through, like College Dropout, Late Registration, like, and really until kind of this recent stuff. Like, ooh. Once after it gets to like Yeezus, I'm like, and then.
When's the last time you went back to Yeezus?
It's been a while.
Go back.
It
was ahead of its time.
Okay.
Yeezus is a good album. Yeezus is a really good album.
Yeah.
It just came out at a time where we weren't ready for it.
Yeah. And you're probably right.
Yep. So wait, do you not like Donda?
Donda, I didn't dislike it.
Okay.
I didn't dislike it. There's not really too many Kanye or Ye projects that I dislike.
Yeah.
It's just, do I like it more than the
For sure.
other? And
Understood.
Donda would be on the bottom of my Kanye list, but not the bottom, but it would be
Towards the bottom.
Towards the bottom.
What's the bottom?
Ooh.
Yeezus?
Nah.
Yeezus is probably at the bottom for me,
What
but
was
that doesn't
it?
make it bad though.
It was one of those recent ones. Was it Ye or
I like
Which
yeah,
one was
I
it?
liked it. Ye was the short one. That was when he was doing the 7-song albums for each good music artist.
It might be Yeezus. You might be right.
That one, I mean, like you said, but even the bottom is, if you take Kanye's discography, even the bottom album is still a good album.
Yeah, it's still good.
I probably do have Yeezus at the bottom,
Yeah.
but I still like Yeezus.
Nah, for sure.
Ye is probably next.
Yeah,
I
it's
still
out of
like-
those
but I
two.
still like Ye.
It's out of those two.
Then I probably go Donda.
And then what? Maybe 808s, Heartbreak, which I love too.
808s might be 2 for me
Oh, it's 2?
because of what it did, because of its impact.
Okay, I can see that.
Oh my god, I don't. So we
I can
could
see
talk
that.
about this forever. And we
Right.
got to wrap
You
soon,
said-
but I was just saying. I've
So
said this
we're
before.
gonna chop it up after.
I've said this
Yeah.
before, and I'll say it again on camera. I don't think there has been an album with a bigger impact in the history of music than 808s and Heartbreaks.
Yeah, as far as hip hop specifically
I
too.
think, period,
Yeah.
across the board, no single album has impacted music more than 808s and Heartbreaks. It's a bold statement, I know.
That's very bold.
But that, if we're saying, so you know how they say artists have kids, right? Sons. You know, Lil Wayne has a lot of sons out here.
Yo.
A lot of Lil Wayne babies out here, right? A lot of Kanye babies.
Almost
A lot
all
of
of
Drake
them,
babies.
yeah.
A lot of 50 babies. A lot of Jay-Z babies, right? That album has more babies than Gandhi. Who's the dude that? No, not Gandhi.
Is it-
Gandhi, right?
Is it Gandhi?
Not Gandhi.
Which
Who's
I don't even
Who's the
know.
motherfucker? What just? I think 90% of the human race has his DNA. Not Gandhi.
Oh, not Gandhi. I don't know who you talking about. You talking about biblically or just
Nah, whatever. Don't matter. Somebody will
Well,
tell me.
yeah.
Somebody will tell me in the comments who I'm talking about. But
Right.
yeah, I don't think any single album has more babies than 808s and Heartbreaks.
Yeah, that's when, because I think, remember when T-Pain came out?
Yes.
And I think he over auto-tune. I think Kanye was the first one to get it perfect, where it's like, okay, you can rap, sing, you can, you know what I mean?
Kanye made it okay for people to be okay with just being themselves. Because think
Yeah.
about how often, like, I'm not a good singer. Well, some people will tell you different. I personally don't think I'm a good singer, but I want to sing sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in the shower by myself, in the car by myself, whatever. But Kanye made it okay for people to just be vulnerable and sing, even if they couldn't, and that includes Drake.
Yeah, because Drake, I think 808s, and because even on Drake's mixtape,
First
on
time
the-
I ever heard Drake was over the
yeah,
the
on
Kanye, the Kanye
that intro.
sample. Yeah,
yeah.
the intro.
So yeah, you absolutely right. So
Yeah,
you're right. And then from there, your ride waves, like everybody now almost is like.
I mean,
a
even artists
hybrid.
that weren't like Eminem started to sing sometimes after that.
Yeah,
You know
I mean,
what I'm
he
saying?
had some where he was trying
Yeah.
some shady show and stuff like that.
And it made it cool for people to sing their own choruses.
Yeah,
You know, not to say that nobody had ever done that before, but I just feel like Kanye really, with that album, really just opened up the floodgates, and
Yeah.
it leaked into other genres.
yeah,
It leaked into many other genres. You started to hear country artists start to use some of that auto tune, some of that. You know, like I
Even the
give
production,
that, I
too.
give that.
yeah. The production, because even the 808s, I was listening to like interviews and stuff where he's like, I'm experimenting on this old school
Yeah.
software,
Yep.
but I'm gonna update it with these beats and these drums. And I heard a different interview just listening to how long Kanye actually works on specific songs, where
Yes.
it's like, yeah,
He's a genius, man. Say what you want about him. I know he's definitely said some fuck shit.
yeah, the
done
personal
some
stuff
fuck shit,
don't got
all
nothing
that,
to do with
but-
me.
But as far as the artistry goes, like
He top tier.
You can argue. There's an argument to be made that he's the greatest artist of all time.
Yeah, the words,
I don't
the
know if-
wording has to be right.
I don't-
Artist.
Yes, I don't know that I necessarily feel that way, but I'd be willing to sit down and listen to an argument for the case.
Yeah.
That he's the greatest artist, not rapper, not singer, not producer, but producer.
Artist that includes everything you just
The
said.
whole package.
Yeah,
Yes.
because most producers can't rap like him.
Right.
no rappers can produce like him. So
Facts. Yeah, I could listen to the argument. It would be a long conversation. Okay, man, we got to wrap. This is a great conversation.
Yes,
I'm really
sir.
glad we could do it. Before we go, tell them everything they need to know. Where can they find you? Where can they find the album? I know the album's out everywhere, but give them all the info they need.
Okay, so man, like you said, the album's everywhere. You name it. If you want to go to Apple Music, Deezer, Spotify, all of that, M33CH, Prestige. I hope you know how to spell that. Prestige, just in case.
And if you search his name, M33CH, like there's nobody. I think
There's a couple.
There might be one or two
and
others.
I seen. I'm like, damn. And that's also why I had to do a project, because I put out music before the ones I seen.
And it got added to their page, huh?
Some of the music, and then I seen they put out a project or two after me. So it got to the point where when you search it, you're seeing them. So that's part of why I did a project as well.
Okay.
Other than that, anywhere, YouTube, Vivo. I got a new music video that's gonna be dropping soon as well. What's Better Than Money? If you heard the track, Better Than Money, technically one of my favorites as well, because I'm in the finances, so I think that one's gonna be dope.
We didn't get a chance to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll
have you back.
We'll chop it up. But other than that, Meech, man, definitely looking forward to this dropping. Appreciate it. But look, man, on everything, on Facebook, IG, official_Meech, M33CH, on IG, on Twitter, M33CH_music, and then what else? Facebook, M33CH.
For sure.
So follow me. Listen to the project. Even if you don't follow me, listen to the project.
After this conversation, they're gonna for sure. They're gonna for sure. And go read the review if you need any more convincing.
Absolutely.
Man,
So
I appreciate your
straight from
time. I'm really glad we could do it, and I look forward to seeing what you got going forward, man.
there. Yeah, thanks.
I'm a fan. You got a
Appreciate it.
fan.
All right, let's
You
do
got
it.
a fan.
Then.
Let's get you some more fans.
Yeah, hopefully. And this part of what I didn't do in growing is marketing.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
Let's do it.
Cool, man. That's it. Another episode of
right.
Minnesota's #1 daily show live on Lake Street. I'm Jake Faircloth. Follow me everywhere at Jake Faircloth1. We out.
Woo! I feel good. I feel like me and him probably could talk all day about random stuff. So
It ain't that I can't stop, it's that I won't stop. I made a few plays off a flip, now I'm on top. I'm Southside Chief, homie. What you know about it? Lake Street legend CEO, not the co-founder. What you wanna know about me? I'm so churched up. I'm the last man standing, but I went first up. Most hated, they don't say it when I roll up. The things that people say about me, they don't say close up. Check it. I ain't been to the booth in a minute. Niggas hate the fact that I'm winning. Who makes him the chief of the South Side? Oh my nigga, I'm not the lieutenant. When I was in the gym, you wasn't in it. FaceTime, so my windows is tinted. If I said that shit, then I meant it. Niggas gave me the rules and I bent it. Same nigga that was trapping while I was suspended. You wasn't in them hallways banging, boy, you wasn't in it. Really a genuine nigga, homie, don't get offended. From East Lake, South Murder, I'm just it ain't that I can't stop, it's that I won't stop. It ain't that I can't stop, it's that I won't. Say, it ain't that I can't stop, it's that I won't stop. I made a few plays off a flip, now I'm on top. I'm Southside Chief, homie. What you know about it? Southside Chief, homie. Now what you know, look, I'm Southside Chief, homie. What you know about it? Lake Street legend CEO, not the co-founder. What you wanna know about me?